Welcome back to the Webby and O'Neill channel. It's the match preview, Manchester United versus Lyon. Get involved as usual. Smash that like button and have your say in the comment section. Webby, good to see you.
Time, son.
I think we could spend all night chatting about Manchester United, just like we was discussing off camera before we come on here, mate. But we're going to direct our thoughts on this match, Lyon versus Manchester United. So, what's your thoughts going into this game?
Listen, mate, you never know which United's going to turn up. I've been up till Sunday. I've been quite impressed with the football, obviously. So it's all about scoring goals, and we're not doing enough of that. It's not rocket science, is it? What we got up front is no good at the moment, but we've got to bear with it. But you look at the Lyon match last week, and I thought we played well. We could have at 2-1, we could have got the third. Obviously, the goalkeeping error has brought it back. So it's game on Thursday night over there, and I keep seeing it on social media. I know now, without me saying anything, this crowd will be up for it Thursday because they know this is last chance saloon, mate. Yeah. This is last chance saloon for a lot of the players. I was just saying before to him, mate, we could finish fourth bottom, Kieran. Fourth bottom.
Yeah.
And it's only because the three teams below are absolutely dog.
Yeah.
We could have been well in the mire.
Yeah, I've got Wolves as well.
These players have got to look at themselves. Manchester United could end up 17th in the league. No, let that sink in. When we come in 7th, we're ready to jump in the canal.
Yeah, unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Can't have that next season.
You know what I want to see Thursday? I want to see players who we've looked after. If we all listening, not played, your Luke Shaws, your Mason Mounts. I want them to turn up Thursday and put a shift in if they play to play. Because they owe us. Yeah. They owe us big time, mate. Big time. I see Shaw trying his best to get fit for England. Manchester United's your bread and butter, son. You know what I mean?
They pay your wages.
They pay your wages, so I want big performances. If we turn up and the crowd gets behind, we'll win. But if they don't play, because this Lyon, they're no mugs.
You just mentioned the goalkeeper there. What did you make of Amorim's decision to drop Onana against Newcastle? Do you expect him to come back in and between the sticks for this game?
I played Tom Eaton, mate. I would play Tom Eaton because there's a mistake in them. Now, I know the lad did all right at Arsenal. I'm not going to knock him. He got man of the match, and rightly so that day. I watched him playing for Turkey in the Euros. I wasn't impressed. But I don't know, who's he going to play? If Onana don't come back in, what's his confidence going to be like now? As he said to him, have a break weekend and you're back Thursday. But if he would have been top performance at Newcastle, he couldn't have dropped him. Yeah. It's just a bad situation, kid, and I don't know who he's going to play. Yeah,
can you see Lindelof keeping his place, though, for this game? Do you think Maguire will come back in? I don't think Delict's going to make it.
No, we missed him. I'd play Evan. Simple as. If he's fit, I'd play him because I know he's only played a few games, but he looks good. No, I'm not having Lindelof. I'm sorry, but that's my opinion. I'm just not having him, I hope Maguire's fit, but whoever he picks out there on Thursday, I've got to put in a performance because they owe it to fans. They owe it to fans big time. I didn't go to Newcastle Sunday, give me a tick up, and I thought I'd never do something like that, kid, and wasn't interested in going, and that's not me, And I see those fans in the stands at 4-1 down, singing their hearts out. Yeah. Singing, and that end, a lot of other teams at 4-1 down have been empty. But they stayed, and fair play to the lads and the girls who stayed there and non-stop singing. But no, we've got to be ready for the start.
Yeah, so one player I expect to definitely start this game, and a lot of fans out there have been commenting on the channel, Webby, as you probably know, that they've been quite surprised that some of the steady and good performances Casemiro's been put in, and it looked to me like he was actually rested for this game when he was put on the bench against Newcastle.
Played well, hasn't he? It come to the point where it looked like he was going to go. They wanted to get rid of him for the money he's on, but can't knock his performances. Without him, I think the guy has took a few steps backwards recently, surprised with that. But the one thing for me, and I never thought I'd say this, Christ, we missed Diallo. Christ, we missed him. He's the only player who runs and knows what he's doing, and I'm not going to go at Garnacho because we know what Garnacho can do, but Christ, we missed that kid.
It's the intensity up there, isn't it?
And I've heard he's back on grass.
Yeah.
Not smoking it,
I was
playing.
just about to say, let's hope not.
So there's rumours that he's going to be out for the season, but that's good. That's good signings that he's back on grass. Because Christ, we're missing, mate. He goes at players, intelligent, brave, skillful. What we're missing. Hopefully, he can be back in a few weeks. But it just just concerns me more at front now. Xerxes injured, you know what I mean?
I was going to say, was Xerxes. It looked like he was starting to find a little bit of momentum, a little bit of consistency in the last 2 or 3 games he'd played there. And then that injury against Newcastle, it looks like we've got to have Højlund up top no matter what now.
I reckon he might go with a false 9, which he's done before. No, I think he'll go with Højlund, who looked decent in Europe when he first come to club. I thought, we've got money. But it's not worked out for the lad, not for him wanting to try, and sometimes it doesn't work for you. I'm afraid it's not worked for him, but he'll keep trying. If he gets to start Thursday, he'll give 100%.
Do you think it's down to Ruben Amorim's system why we're not finding any goals from Højlund and Xerxes?
Well, we've got one winger at the club at the moment, and he's not putting a ball in for him. And then certainly after so many times you're making that run, you're going to think, well, he's not going to pass it. I'm not going to run it. Hey, prove me wrong, son, on Thursday night and get us a brace and get us through to the semi-final. It's what we need. This club's right on its arse at the moment, mate. It's down. It's horrible. You know, it's. I've never seen it as bad, mate. I've seen us play worse and win games, you know, but it's all about putting the ball in the back of the net. And we're not doing it at the moment. And if you don't score, you don't win games, kid. And it's simple as that.
Do you expect any more of the younger lads? I know Amas played against Newcastle on the left-hand side.
I thought he looked well, kid.
I don't think he done too bad, considering it's his first Premier League start away at Newcastle.
Give him 3 or 4, 5, 6 games. You know what I mean? Because how many kids have we seen have left this club and gone on to do great things? You know, they've got to be given a chance. You know, when there's other kids there, I watch that Leeds youth, that under 18s. Listen, give him a try. You know what? If we get to the semi-final, then he's got to put his eggs in one basket. We might as well finish 4th bottom and get to a final and try and win it. No point putting him in one game, then you don't see him again. You know, we've seen Amas on the tour. He looked mint, and there's all saying he was going to be on the bench at the Charity Shield, and it never happened. And he's not had a sniff. But listen, he looked good, mate. He looked good for the young lad making his debut, and fair play to him.
Yeah, what do you make of Dorgu? I've not spoke to you about Dorgu since we signed him. We spoke about Heaven, obviously.
It's a bit hard at the moment. Some people just naturally take to the football club and playing football. I think he looks okay. Okay, that's all I'm giving him. You know, a few times he's got in some good positions, and the servicing has been poor, and I've seen him give away stupid balls. You know, he's a young lad, come to a different country. You know, fitness-wise, I think there's a player what Amorim wants, you know, sit up and down that line.
I think he just got to work on his first touch for me, but obviously at his age, what's it, 20 years of age, you're not the complete player.
No. And he's come, obviously, with a massive club, you know, and he's been through straight in. He's not had time to settle. You're playing son. So, no, I expect a bit more from him, but like I say, he's only a kid, so... You know, it's a big summer for him. Let's see what comes back after the summer, but he's doing okay, kid.
Yeah,
doing okay.
Bruno Fernandes, you know,
we'd be League One if you want for him.
Exactly, and I think a lot of people out there think that as well. And it looks like we're only ever going to create something or score a goal over the last few weeks, whether it's going to be Bruno Fernandes or even possibly Garnacho. So he's going to be important for us in this Europa League, isn't it, Bruno?
Everything, you know. It's just, where would we be without him? It's just... It's just hard to say, you know, with his goal contributions, his assists. But for me, if we can get Diallo back, you know, we look at so much better team with him in it. You know what I mean? And people saying he's never going to make it. He went to Rangers on loan, it didn't work out. My mate at Sunderland seems to raving about him, absolutely raving about him. He even tried to start a thing to work the money around to get him signed up. But obviously, I think he got their player of the year, and it's just carried on from what he's done for a massive blow. Because when you were injury news at United, you pray it's not him.
Ahmad, though, do you see him as like in that number 10 role, or do you see him as that right wing back instead of Delon?
I don't like him in that right wing back, kid. I don't want him a defender. I just want him up front causing murders. You know what I mean? Like your dad in the 70s.
Yeah,
I just want him free. I want him free. I don't want him to do anything. I don't want him to be a wing back. I want him to be in that pocket of space and cause trouble. Drift. Give him a free roll. Drift either side. Because you look at him, for his size, he's so strong, you know, and we don't half miss him. So hopefully if he's back on grass training today, as I've seen, maybe a couple of weeks, we can get him on the bench, maybe hopefully in a semi-final.
The thing is, if we do get to the final as well, and we do win that, we're in the Champions League next season, and just to compete in that, I mean, we've got to have a huge summer transfer window as well, haven't we, Webber? Just to compete in it.
You know, you look at it, last time we was in it, mate, we looked so average and poor, and, you know, and it was disappointing because I remember coming 8 years ago and I think we got beat by Fenerbahce 1-0. It was the first time we'd been beaten at home in Europe for like 20 odd years, and now I won't know how to think what the record is. Even a dog and duck from Istanbul have beat us. You know what I mean? So no, you're right. If we get in the Champions League, then we've got to get some
huge
players, because if we don't, mate, we'll be out and no Europe again.
Yeah, pulling our hair out again. But anything more to add though before we wrap it up, Webber?
Yeah, just Thursday night. Just
you're confident?
Always confident, believe it or not. Yeah, confident. But we've got to start from minute one. There's no point messing about. We've got to be right up for it. Get behind the boys, get in early. Let's make Old Trafford what it should be and what it has been, and get through to the semi-final, mate. Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Webber, much appreciated seeing you today, giving your opinions. If you liked today's video, you help support us, smash that like button, and we'll see you straight after the game. Thanks, everyone.